Zach, thank you so much for joining me today. Obviously, a really busy day here at Thruxton, a sunny Thruxton. How have you got on today in practice?
Yeah, and it's been a successful day. Again, we haven't been here on this bike. It's new to the team, and we're just really trying to find our feet. It's a track that's quite different to every other one that we've been to yet. So we're making progress, and we ended the day in P7, and we're really about 0.7 of a second off a first. So yeah, we've got some work to do tomorrow, but let's see if we can make it a front row like we did at Brands.
Well, obviously, very fine margins between you and the front of the field. This is your home round, though, obviously not too far away from where you're based. How does that make your approach different coming to this round, say, compared to Brands or somewhere like Knockhill?
Yeah, no, it's really good actually. A lot of support come in, a lot of friends and family, and yeah, that extra support really gives you that extra little bit to try and see what we can do and fight for that win.
No, definitely. It is, I should say, a very hot weekend as well. Does that change your approach at all? Or as you said, we've talked about this track eats the tyres away.
Yeah.
So does the weather not really help that?
No, not at all. It's going to be a race of managing that rear tyre pretty much. It's the same for everyone. We've all got to run the same SCD rear, which is different to the compound that we usually run at other tracks. It's a tyre that's slightly harder, so it will withstand the 12 laps that we've got to do tomorrow. So yeah, managing that tyre is going to be crucial to a good result.
No, hopefully you'll go well this weekend then. So I just thought I'd speak about your career a little bit, because you've had not the most linear journey, shall we say. Obviously played with quite your fair share of injuries, shall we say, which we have to talk about because obviously it's a big part of your career getting to where you are now in Supersport. So you did crash quite heavily in 2022, which put you out for quite a long time. Did that crash ever put a doubt in your mind whether to come back and race again? Like, how does a rider, like a professional rider like yourself, get over that kind of injury?
Yeah, that was, I would say, my most difficult part of my life so far, the 26 years I've been going. And yeah, after a big knock to the head, a dislocated shoulder, a few broken bones, and having to sit a whole season out of bike racing. So the injury was back in May, and I didn't get to ride a bike again until January. And that period of being off the bike, not knowing what the future holds, you don't know whether or not you're going to be able to ride a motorbike like you could before. And I must admit that feeling of getting back out in Spain was one to remember, and it brought a tear to my eye, if I was to say so myself. But yeah, it was a good feeling, and yeah, here we are. And yeah, really grateful for the Dan Cooper Motorsport team for giving me this opportunity this season and showing what we can do.
Well, it's great seeing you back on a bike. Obviously, you came back and did that wildcard round at Brands, and you did get a podium, if I'm not mistaken, in that round. Just talk about how you felt in that moment, because obviously to come back in such a way, get a podium, Supersport, and then carrying that into the season. What was that like for your morale, your physical and mental well-being? How did you kind of navigate that?
Yeah, especially after a season out last year. Supposed to ride for the Binch team on the Yamaha. Had a pre-season injury with my shoulder, so sitting out the whole season, but to come back and be competitive was great. It was a good confidence booster and put us in good stead for this season.
Injuries are part of racing, unfortunately, as much as we love for them not to be. And we see people in like Talent Cup fly off these bikes. What did you learn during your time when you got injured that you could maybe pass down to younger riders going through similar injuries, or just injuries in general? Because obviously you've got a really unique spin on that.
What I could say is don't come back too soon. Coming back too soon can really be detrimental to your career. So it's coming back at the right time and not rushing things. Focus on recovery, maximising everything that you can do outside of the racetrack to heal whatever injury you've got, and come back when you're ready.
So just to speak a little bit about when you were younger, obviously coming from Oxfordshire, people around the area tend to go more into like motocross, perhaps because you have Culham nearby, Matley Basin also semi nearby. What was it about road racing that attracted you rather than going to the dirt tracks?
So my career, let's say, started when I was 5-6 years old, and that started off on mini motos. It was actually a trip to Reading shopping with my mum and dad, and we passed the mini motos going around in the car park on the way there, and on the way back, Dad being the bike enthusiast he was, as well as my mum, we decided to stop off, and that's where it started really. We started on tarmac, and I think I'll keep it that way because I'm not too good at jumping, and that's like a fish out of water, I'd say at that. So I'll give that a pass. But yeah, it's the addiction's stuck, and we're still going strong and loving it more than ever.
I was going to ask you, did you ever dip your toe into motocross, but was it a no-go straight away?
Yeah, that's not a fan. I like the cornering bit, but yeah, going jumping high, it's not for me.
You started when you were very young. Can you just talk a bit about your progression into Supersport where you are today? Obviously, you did have a period where you're off because of your injury, but just talk about that journey into where you are now.
Yeah, so back in, if I remember, 2017, from 2013, I raced in Thundersport. Started on the Aprilia Super Teens and the RRV 450s, finally progressing up to the elites on the 600. And after that, I did have 2 years out of racing for stuff out of my control, really, and the family's control. But we decided to come back in 2020, where we had our first season on stock 600, which after 2 years out went really well with a third position in the championship. And then from there we progressed through with Binch on the Yamaha, and then Gearlink, and had a couple of years injured. But we've been progressively getting there, and like I said, massive thanks to Dan Cooper Motorsport for the opportunity this year. And yeah, we're halfway through the season, and I'm really looking forward to seeing where we can finish the season.
Dan Cooper have given you a great package this year, but one of the things people maybe don't appreciate perhaps of this side of bike racing is the importance of sponsors and having this backing behind you from companies and businesses. Can you just give us a little bit of insight into maybe how that side of things work? Because I know, like, personally, it's become like a different ball game to anything I've ever tried to understand. So can you just talk about how your sponsors help you go racing?
Yeah, well, like most of us know, motorsport is a very expensive sport, hobby, career, whatever you want to call it. And if it wasn't thanks to my great sponsors that I've got on board, this opportunity wouldn't be possible for me. For a family like myself and my mum and dad, we don't earn the most amount of money in the world, but we make do with what we've got. And like I said, if we didn't have the great sponsors that I've got, it just wouldn't be possible. And yeah, that's the honest truth about it.
Looking into this season then, because you have had a great start to the campaign so far this year, you had a few gremlins at Brands Hatch, which obviously meant you couldn't quite convert that front row into anything like a podium or even a win or anything. Are you hoping to have the same luck you had last weekend here?
Yeah, that would be great. Like I said at the start, it'd be good to stick on the front row tomorrow in qualifying, but we're definitely making progress in the right direction. Even though we didn't get the results that we wanted at Brands Hatch, there's definitely plenty of positives to take out of it. And I'd like to carry on that form and see what we can pull out the bag tomorrow and Sunday.
Motorsport is also a team sport, and this is your first year with Dan Cooper Motorsport and with this bike and this package. How have you got on with the team so far? What has been your main focus so far this season with the team?
Yeah, like base setup, really getting a good feeling with the bike and starting to really understand how it works and what you want from it at the end of the day. And the team that I've got behind me have just been fantastic. I'd say from the start of the season, we've made progress in every session. We're working together, gelling, and yeah, and I think we're going to get there, and I think we're going to get some good results by the end of the year.
Fingers crossed. And obviously you're going to tracks that maybe aren't so familiar with Assen, the Cathedral of Speed. Obviously that's a track that maybe not a lot of the grid know in comparison to, say, Brands or Thruxton or anywhere like that. So do you think that's an advantage going into that foreign round, or do you think it kind of levels the playing field in any way?
Yeah, I like to think I could pick up a new track pretty well and pretty quickly. And I'd say the best thing to do is follow riders that have already been there. And I know there's a handful of riders at the front of this pack that have been there. I'm watching plenty of videos and so forth on social media and YouTube becomes really helpful. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to going out there and having a blast around Assen.
Will your first time at Assen be when we go for that round, or are you going to get any prior knowledge before then?
No, yeah, it'll be the first time I've been there, first time I've been to Holland, so I'm really excited for it.
Just talk a little bit about this bike then. Obviously it's a
Yes.
beautiful Honda with a lovely livery on it. Just talk about how you've got on along with it this year.
Yeah.
Has it treated you fairly well apart from those little hitches you had at Brands?
Yeah, it's I would say hands down it's the best bike I've ever rode. A lovely bike to ride, just so responsive, the feeling's great, and there's still plenty more from me to come out of this bike yet. I think the bike's spot on, but it's just me that really needs to step it up a little bit, which we're working on, and I think we can do.
If you had to give the bike a personality, describe it as a person, how would you describe her so far?
Cool. Where do I start with that? A personality. Could you call dreamy?
Yeah.
Is that a personality?
I think it is.
Yeah.
Someone could be dreamy.
Yeah. No, it's lovely. So.
Your favourite bike? That's a bold statement.
Yeah. No. I'd say that for sure.
What makes it stand out to the bikes you've ridden then?
Just the nice handling of it, the feedback it gives you, the feeling on the front and the rear, the confidence, and the speed.
You had a great P7 here today.
Yeah.
What are your aspirations for the rest of this weekend then? Do you think a front row start, potentially even podium, is on the cards?
Yeah, definitely. We're not too far away today, and like I said, we're still trying to find our feet. We tried a few new little bits on the bike today, and we made some good progress with that. And yeah, we'll see if we can convert that into a front row tomorrow.
No, I bet you can. You will go very well on this bike. Just to speak about further into the season then, what are your realistic goals to achieve in the second half of the season? Do you think a win is on the cards? Obviously the field is extremely close, so it's not too far away.
Yeah, there's plenty of past champions in the class, plenty of fast people this season that have got some good form, and I think we can take it to them. I really do. A small little team from Stroud. We like to think that we're putting our name on the map and competing with the factory boys now.
No, you definitely are stamping on this Supersport grid for sure. I just have a final few questions to ask you, and these ones are a bit rogue because I won't lie. The first rogue one is, if you had to be stuck in a lift with another rider, it could be in your class or in the main BSB grid, who would you pick to be stuck in the lift with and why?
Yeah, I'd say Brad Ray. He's a bit of a loose one, so it'd make it interesting if we was in there for too long. We grew up together racing mini motos. He's always been in the class above, but yeah, we've had some good times in the past.
Well, do you think potentially riding alongside Brad in BSB is achievable one day? Is that where you're looking to progress your career to?
Yeah, that'd be a dream come true. Maybe one day, but we keep aiming for that. I say a lot of the people that we're competing with in Supersport, even the past champs, they're all pushing into their 30s now, so to be competing with them I'm really happy with.
If your life had a soundtrack and like your pre-race montage had a song over the top of it, what song would you use and why?
We're on a bit of a roll at the moment, so Don't Stop Me Now. I think that's quite fitting.
By Queen.
Yeah. It's my mum's favourite one. She likes to listen to that one on the way to racing, so it's like her song.
So if we were to speak after the final round at Brands, obviously happy hunting ground for you there, what would you hope to tell me about your season? If you could write it as a story, what would you hope to tell me about how this year's gone for you?
That we've taken it to the front boys and we've been competitive and we've jumped on that podium. I think that's the end goal for me this season, is to really be back on that podium like we were at the end of last year.
Right, you're halfway there with fighting with the front runners, so I've no doubt you'll be able to progress to the podium going forward. And then just the final one, if you had to pick one emoji to sum up how you hope the rest of the year to go, what emoji would you pick and why?
The one with the biggest smile, because that's what this season's given me so far.
It's been lovely speaking to you, hearing about your journey into racing and with Vancouver Motorsport. Good luck tomorrow and for the rest of the season.
Yeah, thank you very much. Cheers.